Yo guys, what is up? C-Ray back with another video, and today we're going to go through how you can learn the L-sit to the handstand press. Now I would say this is an intermediate skill as it involves you learning the L-sit and also the handstand. So that being said, the minimum requirements that you should be having before you attempt this skill should be an L-sit for at least 10 seconds and also a handstand for at least 10 seconds. Once you can master both of them for the duration that I've just said, then we can move on to learning it. Okay, so the first thing we're going to look at is the form that you need to be having when you do this skill.
Okay guys, with the form, you want to make sure your L-sit is at a 90-degree angle, and you want to be using a bit of momentum to swing back and push yourself up into that handstand hold position. So you want to make sure as you're coming back into that handstand, you're tucking your legs in and bending your arms, which is going to allow you to be in the position to press up and get into the handstand. And if you guys have smaller parallettes or you're just using your arms, then I'd recommend crossing your legs so you can get into that position to be able to do the handstand push-up.
The first exercise you want to be doing when you try and master this skill is going to be the bent arm support hold. You want to make sure that you're really good at holding this position because this is what's going to get you from that L-sit to the handstand. I'd recommend holding it for at least 10 to 15 seconds before we move on to the next part. Okay, so once you can hold that for 10 to 15 seconds, then we want to go on to the elevated version, which is just lifting your feet off of the ground almost as if you're in a tuck planche position, but with bent arms. Again guys, you want to be holding this for 10 to 15 seconds, and I don't know if you've seen yet, but there's 3 stages and 3 main stages that you need to master in order to get this skill. The first one being the L-sit for 10 seconds, the second one being the bent arm support hold, and the last one being the handstand. And now we just need to combine these all together. Okay, so the first step is going from the L-sit to the bent arm tuck planche.
So again guys, we want to be using that momentum from the L-sit to get into the bent arm tuck planche position. Make sure you have a stable grip because this is the grip that's going to push you up into that handstand. Practice rotating your body back and forth just like I am here in this video, and try to get to at least 8 to 10 reps before we move on to the next progression. As you can see, my arms and forearms are at a 90-degree angle, and this is going to enable me to have the leverage to be able to push up into the handstand. Once you guys are comfortable doing this, then we can look at elevating your body even more.
Once you guys have got that down and you can do at least 5 to 10 reps, then we can go on to the L-sit to the bent arm handstand. So this is the same thing, but instead of stopping at the bent arm tuck planche, you're going to elevate your body a little bit further into that handstand tuck hold position. Again guys, you want to be aiming to get at least 8 to 10 reps of this in a row before you move on to the next progression. And although this might seem quite hard to do reps with, it's actually not that hard once you understand your momentum and how that's going to bring you into the next position of the bent arm tuck handstand. Okay, so now we've mastered those 2 progressions to the L-sit to handstand press. Now we're going to focus on our pushing strength, and there are multiple exercises that you can do to build up your pushing strength. It doesn't have to be all calisthenics and bodyweight based. You can do shoulder press and things of that nature if you don't have access or don't have the strength to perform certain bodyweight exercises, but I would recommend doing bodyweight exercises and calisthenics such as pike push-ups, elevated pike push-ups, and also you can try wall handstand holds along with wall handstand push-ups. Okay, so now that we have the form and we've been practicing, we can do at least 10 reps of each exercise and progression that we've been doing, and we have that shoulder strength built up to be able to do the press. Now we can look at actually performing the whole movement. At this point guys, you just need to work on your balance and things will come into place. You've learned the correct form, you've learned the progressions that you need to do. Now it's just a case of balance and making sure that you're not falling over and minimizing that as much as you can. This will all come with practice guys, so make sure that you're just keeping on practicing. You've got the progressions down, you just need to keep on working on that L-sit to the handstand press, and eventually you guys are going to get there.
There is also one last bonus move that I want to share with you guys.
One exercise that I like to do is negatives. This is where you do the same movement but just do it in reverse. So you'd start off with a handstand hold, you'd tuck your legs down into that tuck planche hold position, and then gradually bend your arms come down into the L-sit position and just repeat that, guys. This is actually a great progression that enabled me to be able to do this skill as smooth as possible and combine all the different movements that we've learned into one smooth transition. If you guys have watched all the way through and you're still confused on what to do, what progressions you should be doing, what level you're at, and where to go next, then I do actually have my own calisthenics program that includes skills like this you can learn, and the link is in the description if you guys want to check that out. Anyway guys, that is it for today's tutorial. I tried to make it as easy as possible to understand, so hopefully you guys learned something and you can apply that to your training. Make sure to like the video if you want more tutorials like this, and also subscribe for more daily calisthenics and fitness content. And I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.